I was always interested in that when I was a kid, and you know, just buying WWE action figures and you know, being like that. And then I started to realize that it was fake. And then I was like, ah, screw this other wrestling. I'm just gonna go with the real wrestling. But um, but yeah, I'm an entertainer naturally, so I think that I could do that pretty well. Do movie stunts, do a bunch of stuff like that. So I'm pretty diverse when it comes down to talent.
Well, I was gonna say you got the Monkey God nickname. I mean, there's a whole like character already set for you there, and I think you could be like a baby face, like a on the crowd side, or a heel. I think you could do both. It seems like you could kind of be diverse that way.
Yeah, I would really like to just get diverse when it comes down to like fighting mixed with it because
Fuck that.
No,
Nah,
you never
nah,
do it.
nah, I'm not gonna. First of all, get on the mic. I'm not like that. Second of all those like, all right, I know they set everything up and there's a storyline and do all that stuff, but the falls are real. So fuck the falls. I don't need to fall on my back 20 million times and fuck up my back. You know, I want to fight next couple years or so, or whatever it is, 5 years, etc., and then retire and then relax and focus on my school.
I like that. But did you ever watch pro wrestling growing up at all?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Big fan of
Who's
the
your
Rock.
guy? Who'd you like watching, or girl? I should say. It shouldn't be exclusive. But who did you like watching?
Can we do top five?
Yeah, sure.
Top,
Yeah, go for it.
top five is obviously The Rock was number one, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Mankind. I did like what's his name? Why can't think of Undertaker. There were some people I liked and they were interesting. Their catchphrases. I mean, my favorite of all times is The Rock and then Stone Cold. So I'm gonna go with that. Mankind was goofy, but he was tough as hell and he was crazy. But I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, those are my top four. There you go.
Are you paying attention to any of that at all? Do you watch any pro wrestling?
I watch that all the time. I watch WrestleMania, so I did get to see Brock and Ronda Rousey. Hey, I'd love to get my fingers in there at some point. So
After your career's over, really, you'd be interested?
Oh, 100%.
Okay.
100%.
Have you?
Yeah,
I guess you've always been a fan, like growing up.
always. As a kid, I was watching like WrestleMania, I think 6 or whatever it was. Watching the Ultimate Warrior, Hogan, they were my boys. And as I got older, Stone Cold and so on. So I'm still a big fan, I still do watch it. So yeah, I'd love to one day, even if it's just go in there as someone's backup or something. You know how they have these.
Yeah, get like a run in or something. Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Even if I hit someone with a chair or something.
Yeah, I like that. What would be see you have the whole the Swarm, character and everything. Would you translate that into wrestling, or would you want to be a different character?
No, I'd be the Swarm.
Okay.
I'd be the Swarm. That's how people would know me, and that's me, the Swarm. So, and I'd add it in. I'd add in a rear naked choke and then choke people out. Ankle lock. I've got wrestling moves ready, so
okay.
I'm just waiting for that call.
Yeah, when it happens. What would you want to be, a baby face or a heel? What would be your preference?
I do like the bad guy. So I'd be a heel, maybe turn baby face. We'll see. But yeah, I do like the heel look. Like, I'm a big Avengers fan, and I love Thanos. Like the way Thanos was, that's me, man.
Okay. I'll be keeping tabs on that.
No, I watched WrestleMania. I watched WrestleMania just to see how Ronda Rousey was gonna do. And I used to love wrestling when I was younger. And honestly, she did good, man. Her first match was really good. I don't think her mic skills are there yet, but her wrestling is really good.
So you said a big wrestling fan growing up. Who were some of your guys that you liked watching when you were growing up?
Man, I was Stone Cold Steve Austin fan. The Rock. The Animal and Hawk, Legion of Doom. I love those guys, man. I used to collect wrestlers all the time.
Interesting. Do you talk a lot of wrestling? Like this Phil CM Punk, does he talk a lot of wrestling with you guys, or is that just something you just don't broach the subject?
Nah, it's not like he really cares about it like that anymore.
Okay.
But I know that him and Ronda are still really connected. Like him and her still always talk, and she talks to him after her WrestleMania match. So it's fun to know that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Like, it's so interesting you asked that, because today I thought about that, and I've never thought about that in my life.
Oh, wow.
I was actually like, I wonder if I could do WWE. Like, I have, like, a good character to me. Like, I have the boom thing, like you were saying. Because I'm constantly searching for what's after fighting. So I don't really watch WWE. I used to watch it back in the day when it was WWF. When I was young, I was like a huge fan. But I was like, you know what? Like, that's something that's really fun. I'm really athletic. Like, maybe I could work something out where I could try to get involved with that. That's definitely something I could look into.
Wow, I should buy a lottery ticket if you were thinking about that today. That's crazy. So
I swear on my life, I thought that today, and it was so random. I was like, what if I tried WWE one day? Like, it's big money, you know what I mean? But I'm like, you know, it's not a bad gig, but you have to travel a lot. That's the only thing that's hard about it.
That's true. Who were your favorite wrestlers growing up?
I love Stone Cold. Like, I love that he was like that bad guy to the boss, you know, him and Vince McMahon, like that whole situation with them, that was always funny to me. Like, I love seeing him come in and like crack the beer bottles and like just down beers and then just Stone Cold stun his boss. I love watching him. I love The Undertaker. Those were two of my top guys.
So, you know, if you shave, you know, the side of your beard and, you know, maybe you come out in a vest sometime and maybe after the fight, if you get a Bud Light, I think they still sponsor the UFC, you know, do one of those. I mean, it could work. You could even do it in the UFC.
Yeah, I might have to do it with a Modelo. I don't know.
Oh, the Modelo. Yeah, that's right. That is the latest one they have. That's true. Although I don't know if it would have the same effect. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. If I shave the beard, though, you're right. I could pull it off with the bald
You'd be like mini Stone Cold. I think that could work.
Yeah.
So there you go. I like that. Interesting. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah,
so
man.
if you ever go to pro wrestling, we can always just point to this interview and say this is where it started. So a little bit here. You obviously market yourself very well, and I know you know you're very active on social media. Is pro wrestling something you'd ever you know go into maybe after your career is done? Because you sort of have like the marketing side and obviously the personality side down pat.
I agree. I mean, I do have a good personality, but I don't know if I don't think I can act that well.
No, you don't think so? You've got like the whole like Southern Belle thing kind of like, you know, taken care of. I don't know. Like, I think that's like the KGB sort of moniker that you have. That's sort of already a character in itself.
It is. And I mean, who knows? I mean, they do make a lot of money. So, I mean, that would be something I would consider. I would just have to work on my acting skills, I think.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I don't think that my tough face is believable.
Okay, yeah. No, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Did you ever watch pro wrestling growing up at all?
I mean, I've seen some, but I never really like watched it religiously. When I was a little kid, I used to think that was all dumb. And you know, as a kid, you're like, why would you want to get punched in the face or beat up on? And then as I got older, you know, it was something that I ended up doing. Now I love it.
Well, I was gonna say, do you keep tabs on it at all, just with Ronda Rousey over there? Or is that not even on your radar?
Oh no, I think because of Ronda Rousey, I watch it more. Like I'll scroll through the news feed, you know, trying to find, you know, new WWE stuff, you know, just like mainly for Ronda. I think it, you know, she brought attention to women's MMA, and I think she's bringing more attention back to the women's WWE. You know, I think it's exciting.